PWC TV, your personal watercraft authority.
Hey watercraft fans, if you've been watching this show for a long period of time, you know here on PWC TV we love going fast and we love racing, and every single season since we started this show we have brought you an overview of the best flat water racing in the world, the Scat Track World Finals in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. This is the 2005 edition, the 24th annual of this event in this location. So let's get ready to get wet, rip it up, take a look at this event, and you're going to see a whole new level of freestyle, incredible performance products, and meet some of the best athletes in the world.
We love being the home of personal watercraft racing. We are the world capital of personal watercraft racing. We love it. It's awesome. I mean, look at this. Beautiful water, beautiful day, great racers. You guys are awesome. Put on a great show, and just we love having people here. I mean, there's more people here. There's more international competitors in this event than anything but the Olympics. And it's right here in Lake Havasu City, and of course, we love it. Oh, of course I get excited. I mean, smell the gas, listen to the sounds. How could I not be a fan of PWC racing, man? This is awesome. How could you not enjoy this?
Our season in Kuwait, we have 7 stops as well, I say, and we have 3 classes. We have the 800 super stock, we have 1200 stock, and we have 1200 super stock. And each class we have around 14 to 15 riders each heat. And we have IJSBA rule. We follow the IJSBA rule. In the final, we need just 10 pilots in the start gate. In each heat, we have 14 to 15, and the final 10.
The 331 boat, Muhammad Al-Sayer, he started in the beginner class, and after 2 years, he won the beginner class, and he participated on the expert class. And for this year, he gets first on his class on country, and we choose one of each class to participate on the IJSBA World Final in Lake Havasu with a full support from the government. The government pays all the cost from tickets, pocket money, boats, everything. And the other one is Abdurrahman Al-Badr. His boat is KW2. He's also the 1200 stock champion in Kuwait for this year, and we need to see them on the board here in the World Final. Here in Lake Havasu, when we arrived in Lake Havasu, after 2 days from the jet lag, we have a rest. We started, wake up 6 o'clock in the morning, have run for 1 hour, after swim in 1 hour in the swimming pool, and take a relax for 15 minutes in the jacuzzi, and in the evening have 1 hour training in the gym. So no mercy in the program.
Kuwait, it's very similar to Arizona. The weather condition, it's very similar to Arizona. We have, in the summer, it's really hot like Arizona. And in winter season, we have a desert cold. It's cold. It's not snowing in our country, but it's freezing. You know, we have a desert cold.
To be honest with you, I'm very proud of them. When you see your country flag and you hear your country name and your racer are on the line, when you see the line is open and he get the hard shot and the audience shouting with your country name or your racer name, you will feel something magnificent inside you. You want to shout, wow, that's us.
Now, when you're coming over here racing veterans, what is different from at home?
The difference is that the whole level is much better here in the U.S. I mean, there are riders from all over the world. You don't know what the experience is everyone has, and in general, you could see that the level of racing is going up. So eventually, you're getting better and better if you come here. Even if, as you say, you may think that, oh, I'm quite old for doing this. Actually, you're getting better. His name is Akis Maluchos, and he's a racer now for 15 years. He has won 14 national championships back in Greece in pro skiing runabout class. And I would say that he's the man that helped me a lot and supported me. Also with his engineering knowledge. There were times that I was not having a boat and he was giving me his backup boat in order to participate in the race, although he knew that during the race we're going to be the two of us battling for the #1 place. He's never scared of anything. That's why he has started racing in the US back 10 years ago now. The only thing that he looks in front of him is the checkered flag. He doesn't care who's next to him, who and what is he riding, whether he has a better race boat or not. He's gonna race the boat the way he knows, the best way he knows anyway. And the only thing that he has on the mind is just to cross the finish line. That's it.
Πιστεύω για μας ότι είναι αρκετά καλά.
He believes that World Finals is the major event of personal watercraft racing. Obviously, there are lots of changes from one year to the other. For somebody that comes here every year, the changes are very small. But in general, the level is very good, and it helps people to get in the right mentality for the race.
Will break us down.
As sports evolve and change, so does the leadership at the helm. We've got a brand new fearless leader of the IJSBA that's got incredible, vast racing experience. This man's been through it all, and isn't it great to have that kind of perspective from the top? Let's go meet Mr. Scott Frazier.
Well, I've been in the sport since 1992, so I have a deep passion and almost a religious connection to the sport. And when the opportunity became available for me to come in and try to get things on course and build a new future for the sport, I certainly didn't want to pass up that opportunity. So, I guess my visions for this are, protecting a sustainable future, making sure the racers have a say and their input. I mean, good ideas aren't limited to anybody, Kevin, and so racers know what's going on. Sometimes it's a matter of helping them get out their opinion into a way that kind of like fits in the formula, but they're people that we need to listen to. So I would say that's probably one of my premier tenets in this, is to incorporate the racers' ideas. One of the things to do this year was I kind of trimmed back some of the ancillary events, and I wanted to put the focus back on the racers themselves for this event. And when we looked at them, they gave us a great show. I think one of the things we wanted to do was, with the increase in competitiveness, we wanted to give them a little bit more of a challenge. So that was there. We wanted them to be able to think about navigating the course while we're still using a single course formula, which may be something that we change in the future. We have to balance to make sure that we give both the stand-ups and the runabouts both a fair course. So I think that what we did, we had Jacques and Yves principally work together to try to compromise and come together on a good course that they both thought would work. And the racers really seemed to enjoy the course this year. So we narrowed some spaces out, and we still gave enough straightaway in the right areas so the runabouts could showcase their speed while tightening things up so both the good runabout competitors and the stand-up riders could showcase their turning skills and make it more of a competitive course for them. I think one of the things that is probably more important than anything is to build consensus and to get people informed. The more that I can put the word out on what's really going on and what the facts are and what we're facing, the more I can communicate this with the people, the more I can get them to give me informed feedback. You know, everybody has good ideas, and sometimes, you know, when you know all of the facts, it helps to tailor your own ideas. You know, it's very frustrating when you have an idea and don't know why it can't be done. So I think part of the management is making sure everybody knows what's up, and then I'm listening to them and making sure that they know, I know, and we've got the whole plan worked together with everybody on board on the same page.
Now, as I'm standing here in front of the PWC TV RXP, one of the things that's really cool about this very popular watercraft is there's tons of performance products for it. One of the other manufacturers that's new to our sport as of a few years ago, Honda, haven't had the same length of time in the aftermarket community yet to develop a bunch of parts, but guess what? That's what the aftermarket community does. Let's go meet John McAlpine from just north of Charlotte, North Carolina, and his featured rider, Mr. Robert Stellhorn, and see what they've done to improve the performance of their Honda turbo watercraft.
Max product, the MACSBOOST, all it does is it gets a computer to let go of a little bit more boost into the engine when you're wide open and when you're accelerating. It makes night and day difference. That thing, you have it on there and you punch that throttle, your arms stretch out and you're gone.
I raced sport for several years, and if you want to go faster, you had to add a pipe. It would take you at least 6 hours to do it right. And I figured out a way to make that a whole lot easier for the Hondas. It's all about the computer and what the computer thinks is going on, and you just have to tell the computer what it needs to hear in order to make more horsepower. MACSBOOST is a plug-in performance device for the Honda Aquatrax watercraft. It goes right on top of the engine. You unplug one sensor. This thing plugs in between that sensor and the computer. It's held down with some NASCAR-grade duct tape, and works great.
It's all electrical, it just plugs right in, and you've got, I think he's rated at about 20 horsepower more power right there. When you pop that sucker on, it takes 5 seconds to shove that thing on there. No wrenching whatsoever. You squeeze the connector, pull it off, slap the new one on, plug it into the original, and you're done. Little Velcro and it stays put. It's a 4-stroke thing. 4 strokes, never have to wrench on them, you just leave them, run them, and mods go right along with that mantra. You just slap it in and go. Every single person that's tried it, slapped it on, comes back and says, I couldn't believe I had this. I couldn't believe I didn't have this before. It is awesome. Just everything. He did the best job possible, and he took it and he worked with a couple other guys doing the mechanical mods and came up with something that does better and easier. Just improved everything.
It's sort of a dream come true. I've always wanted to, you know, give back to the sport what it's given to me, and this is a great way to do it.
I think the biggest news this year in Lake Havasu and the biggest impression left on absolutely everyone was the performance of the newest watercraft manufacturer. The first time we got to see them here on PWC TV. Let's go meet the gang all the way from Austria and the amazing new Hydrospace 4-stroke stand-up.
The basic idea was to make a new model with a new face and to use good materials. And what the slogan is also is ready to race or made for racing. Because as you know, if you buy a standard boat, a stock boat, you have to improve very, very much. You have to buy some things, and it's everybody's complaining it's so much expensive, and you cannot ride if you buy a boat from Kawasaki or a Yamaha. You have to put very much part inside to be ready to race. And that was our idea. Give the people what they need. Give him a boat, he buys the boat, he makes practice, and he can go racing. He don't have to spend money for a handle bull or for a new impeller or a pump or a trim. It's ready for race. So this was the basic idea.
This boat is going to be available with a limited package and a super stock package, so you can go in there, change an impeller, change the fuel injectors, change the ECU, and you're going to have a boat that's doing 65, 66 miles an hour out there, and with minimal work to it, and still run on 93 pump gas, which is amazing. You know, how much you're going to have to put into a super stock two-stroke to get it to go, like, they won't even go that fast. They go 62. To get a super stock stand-up two-stroke to go 62, you're going to put over $20,000 into it, pretty much.
When I heard Hydrospace was coming out with a stand-up only model, that was something I've been kind of preparing for you know, most of my life when I wanted to like race jet skis. So my drive was for sure to get on this team and be a part of it. Here I am. Right now there is no such thing as a regular day at work because it's like 16-hour days. You know, creating a new company, there's so many aspects to go through and things to like prove and show what it takes. But basically, you know, preparing the watercraft to go to the water and testing and using the radar gun and all the data equipment and, you know, just being patient and understanding what you're riding, and so you know what your focus is and what your benchmark is to meet that next year production line.
The ski pulls very hard from mid-range to top end, and you don't really feel it because it's a 4-stroke turbo, but when it pulls, your body wants to go really outside of the ski. So you need to be like in a good shape to ride it. But it's good because it's 4-stroke. It's maybe we'll push Yamaha and Kawasaki to come out with a new ski and maybe bring the market to a higher level, and that can be very good for all the mates, I think.
You know, just standing underneath the tent with the production watercraft and people coming up and being excited, you know, to see something new, and, you know, the same feeling we had all year, knowing that we had something special and we're helping the market evolve. You know, Hydrospace is not one to like replace Kawasaki. We want just to be another competitor so we can help the sport evolve and all of us could have more fun.
One of my favorite people and probably one of the most notable folks and faces in this entire sport is our superfan. We all know her, we all love her, but it's time to introduce her to you. Let's go meet Nedra Adler.
You know, I think I was born to be a fan. I've been involved in several other sports, but this is a sport that somehow my heart went to. Also, I've never had the opportunity to be involved with 38 countries. I really think the internet was like the link to the world to me. I fly so many flags. I mean, I fly the flag of Brazil, I fly the flag of England. Of course, going to Europe last year brought me even closer to Europe. Been very close to England, very close. I think email brought me the closest to the kids. You know, I always said that God gave me no children so that there'd be room in my heart for all of these children. I think it's the exchange of love between the racer and myself. Many of them come, their families aren't able to come. So I become the mom. The Moroccans call me mom. The Thais call me mom. So I've kind of become the surrogate mother to all these kids. And mind you now, I'm old enough to be their grandmother, but to these children, I represent the sport. I represent HAVASU. I represent the World Championship. And I'm like family now. Maybe 6 years ago, I had a regular old cowbell, and the handle tore my hands up. So I told my husband, who worked at a bumper company, to take it and put a handle on it. When it came back, it was chrome-plated. It has been welded and re-welded. It has fallen apart. And then ODI gave me a great grip for it. I put a lot of hours on this bell, a lot of hours. 2 years ago, the hat took on a life of its own. I mean, up until I think 2 years ago, I mean, now it looks like a Mardi Gras float gone bad. But that's part of the thing too, that the kids bring you things from other countries to wear on the hat, and then they see their stuff on the hat. here in Lake Havasu. This is my 15th World Finals. I will be here until the last band snaps. I will be here as long as there's two guys that want to race each other on watercraft. I will be there cheering one of them on, or both of them on.
You know, one of the great skills I've had the joy of learning since we started PWC TV is how to do flat water freestyle. Now, I'm not very good at it yet. I've only been doing it for a couple of years now, but we're going to get a chance to see right now the best in the world, and check out Eric Malone. I think he just raised the bar. Well, I think that we all can see that the action this year in Lake Havasu was better than it's ever been before. It amazes me each year as we come to this event that they can actually dial up these incredible performances. If you love watercraft and you want to see the best in the world do their thing, make sure you're here next year for the 25th edition of the Scat Track World Finals.